Hey, y'all. Hey. So we are here and we are going to be speaking about and on the subject of quantum beings. If you are here and you see that I have actually set the comments for subscribers only that have been with this channel for a while, only because I don't get to see what they write as much anymore. So I'm allowing them to be able to comment today. Okay, so quantum beings, in my opinion, represent those types of beings who are able to go in and out of different dimensions, go in and out of different realities, and possibly, most likely, are able to time travel. Now, I feel that being a quantum being requires different, um, I think it requires different circumstances as far as it makes you, how it makes you think, how being quantum makes you see the world or the universe or the multiverse, how allows you to interpret things. So when you are quantum, you don't really have a fixed thought, or you don't really have a belief system that keeps you somewhere. Um, so you're able to leap and go to different types of realities, in my opinion, due to your inability to understand or submit or conform to a certain mindset or type of thinking. So, a lot of people, sometimes wish that they could time travel, or they wish that they could know, a lot of things that are, unsaid by the majority of people. And as long as you keep your mind your own, and as long as you're able to know certain things and not be set in a certain type of thinking, you're on your way, most likely, and if you choose to be, able to also have that quantum quality, I'll say, or that quantum ability. It's just how it works. You have to kind of know how this works, and you also have to know what you need in order to make that work. And when someone realizes, okay, you may or may not have the ability, a lot of people try to test it out and see what happens. So my advice on to know if you're a quantum being or not, is to kind of think, and what were there any strange things that happened to you when you were a child? Did you have any paranormal experiences? Do you understand science, or can you comprehend science easy? Are you able to know certain things without having to really study too hard like other people do? Can you see certain things in different ways, that most people don't? Sometimes you'll be able to have, a way of seeing things that no one, or at least anyone close to you, are able to see them. So that's how you may find out that you could be that type of person. If you feel like you are able to um, just think in certain ways and have all these ideas, and you're able to implement them and things like that, and help other people also help get their life to where they want it to be. Those types of beings are also helpful to a lot of other people, as long as they feel, they're, mm, they're, I don't know what I would say, but as long as they feel like they could help them or they want to help them. So, yeah. Bliss. Okay. I see a lot of people. I see few people. Those are the subscribers that have been around for a while. on this channel. Anyway, so and that's also part of the reason why I also have several channels, because I feel like I can't just be one, channel. I need several channels to talk about several types of things or several types of subjects because they all don't go together. You know what I'm saying? Uh-oh, sprinkle, sprinkle. Mary Wata, sprinkle, sprinkle. So I feel that once you become a quantum being or know that you're a quantum being or know what a quantum being is, it's almost like you're able to do so much more than you could before. So I don't know if a lot of people know what I'm saying or if they're just learning. Are they taking notes? What are you guys doing there? Um, I feel like a lot of people are quantum, and maybe a lot of them don't know that they are until they figure it out and they say, "Oh, I'm quantum." And some people don't even know what the word quantum means. Um, it's a sort of physics. It's a type of physics, quantum physics. Have you ever heard of quantum physics? It's a way to, um, I would say, dissect and create and recreate with your mental and spiritual um, and physical. So I don't know if a lot of you guys are familiar with, quantum physics. If you are looking for any type of subject to study, I've recommended this before. Definitely quantum physics, because if you are in, if you're an alchemist, if you're into symbolism, if you're into symbolic words, quantum physics should be a breeze for you. If not, then I definitely suggest starting with the interpretation of symbols in order to get to a certain point where you are able to then see some, symbolism in other parts of your reality and so on and so forth. I feel like once you start decoding certain parts of your reality, that you open up new dimensions in that reality, or you're able to quantum travel, I'll say, to different dimensions, knowing certain things. So if you're looking, if your life is kind of like blah or humdrum or whatnot, you're looking for a way to kind of be able to create or recreate or create easier in that life, definitely start to learn how to decode. Because once you learn how to decode, um, a reality or a certain mindset cannot hold you anymore. Because if you feel like you're being held back for some reason, you can never be held back. You can only push forward, especially if you're learning. And some people don't want to learn. Some people don't want to push forward. Some people are very content as to where they are. And for those people, for those people, I would say, they say ignorance is bliss, but then for some people, it truly is. So if you are perfectly satisfied where you are right now, I would say take a break. Don't continue to keep pushing and learning more and more and more, only because you're going to unravel that reality, or you're going to, you know, maybe push yourself into a reality that you are, having to decode more and more. So definitely stay wherever you feel most comfortable. And when you do that, that's not saying that you're not going to be able to learn more, but you know, and have a life, and do what you like doing in your life right now. Go out to eat at your favorite restaurants, read a book, go shopping, make yourself, feel your best. Do whatever you have to do, just so that you can see how this or the reality that you're in is going to react to how you are, quote unquote, normally. You know what I'm saying? So if you have, a lot of people have read some of my books about manifesting. If you have manifested the life that that you desired, live that life for a second. A lot of people will manifestation after manifestation. Live some of those manifestations for a while before you decide that you would like to, want more and more and more. You know, see if there's more to that manifestation than you gave it credit for. That's all I can. That's all I can kind of say about manifesting. Like, for example, I think this is how we get to a space where we don't appreciate um, certain things that we have manifested because we're so busy trying to manifest the next thing and the next thing. So stick with whatever it is for a while that you have manifested and kind of explore more because you don't know exactly what it is that you subliminally or subconsciously manifested when you manifested whatever it is that you manifested, because there's always you know a subconscious or a subliminal, attachment to the physical thing that you have manifested. So stay with that for a second and see what happens. You know, um, it'll also help you learn a lot about yourself and maybe the reason why you chose to manifest whatever it is you manifested. And that can help you a lot when you go to manifest the next whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. That will help you to choose very, carefully what you would like next. You know, so mhm, make sure that, and also like books. Books. Someone's mentioning a library that you have created for my suggestions. Books are also ways to get your knowledge and things like that. Also, they help you to learn how to decode in everyday life. And some people may read a book and get a totally different interpretation than the next person. And I feel that is definitely based on your mindset and the reality that, or whatever you've manifested your reality as. So it's almost as if, two people can read the same book and get told two totally different meanings of it. And both will be for them individually correct, or whatever it is at that time for them. Because you can always go back and read the same exact book and get a whole totally different meaning out of the same exact book that you read prior. So make sure that you're not allowing one meaning to remain set in stone, because the meanings change as you change. You know what I'm saying? Just like perspectives change as we change. And your what you learned in the past may not be the same information that you need for the present or the future. So that's why a lot of times we revisit certain books or certain movies or writing poems or whatnot, because they take on whole new meanings at different ages and perspectives of our lives. hmm And that's what kind of being a quantum being is about. It's almost like you're able to see from so many different perspectives, yet you're able to narrow in on one perspective when need be. And then also you're able to, see from other perspectives and maybe, help others do the same if you choose to. So, and a lot of people who are quantum, I think, I feel like there's different types of quantum beings. I feel like there's types that are just like people. There's types that are very organized, and that's their, quality. And there's types that are very unorganized. And then there's types that are both, you know. There's types that are an organized mess. And I feel like the organized mess type quantum beings are probably the most dynamic, I'll say, because they're able to function in chaos with organization. Like it's kind of like having the messiest desk and knowing exactly where a paper is. Or it's kind of like having a room full of, knickknacks and knowing exactly where you left a paper clip or a piece of jewelry or something like that. And you could just go and retrieve it just from your memory. So it's almost as if you're able to see through all, the clutter. It's your focal point works best in, you know, things that are not organized. Now, if things are always organized, you know exactly where something is, and that's wonderful, but it doesn't allow your mind or your brain to focus sharply enough to kind of get that precise perspective or a precise focus or memory. And that's a lot of times what people need in order to, accomplish whatever it is that they're trying to accomplish. So, um, mhm. And that's why a lot of people, um, oh, one second. That's why a lot of people need different types of quantum beings because they have certain qualities that the person may not have, and they may need that quality. Um, so there are mm, there are many ways to quantum travel, and this goes into the quantum physics of it. There are many ways that mankind or technology also helps quantum travel. Um, so right now we're living in I would say, a place in time where quantum travel is very popular because of all the waves and energy that's going through our atmosphere and in the air right now. So it's very much popular and very possible at this time. And a lot of people know this and they are, using that form of travel. Um, and sometimes, when people choose to time travel, they may time travel back into the past. And an indication that you may be speaking to someone who has traveled back in time is if they're asking you a lot about certain things, such as financial things, things that are going on in the news. Those are key elements. And a lot of people won't notice certain things because this is what a lot of average people talk about or normal people talk about on a day to day basis. Finances, money, the economy, the news. This is why I don't watch the news and I don't talk about any of those things because I don't want people using um, you know, a conversation with other people or me in order to, profit for whatever it is that they're trying to profit for. I prefer a lot of, I prefer honesty and people being able to, you know, be honest at least. I respect honesty more than I would respect, people that try to get information without, anything as far as like acknowledgement or compensation or something like that. So, mhm. Also, like you can also tell if people are getting ideas from you. Like if you're speaking with someone and they ask you your opinion on a lot of things, such as business ideas and things like that. Sometimes they're looking for help with creativity. And sometimes they're looking for ideas that you may have that you have not yet implemented in your life, but probably will in your future. So make sure if you do have any type of ideas to make sure that you've already, pretty much decided that you've already done them, not that you plan on doing them or that you plan on starting something, but you already are successful at whatever idea that you may even be thinking about, because this is how you also prevent a lot of people from taking what is yours, that are quantum. And there are quantum beings, and they're very smart. Some of them are stupid. Okay, I'm trying to tell you, like they get, they're not very good at their job or whatever they're trying to do, but some of them are. So make sure that, and when I say a quantum being, I'm not talking about some type of alien or whatever. They're normal people with a different perspective, um, that can go in and out of whoever's consciousness that you're speaking with. So, for example, if I were if I were sitting in front of you and I was peering in through one of your friends and their perspective, I'm peering through your friend's eyes. And I'm just your friend always talks to you and asks you about, your life. And but today it might seem kind of off if they start asking you about your finances or the news or, such and such. And like you become like, why are you asking me about that? So that's another indication how you can tell that, a quantum being could be using of the perspective of one of your close friends or family members. You just have to make sure that. And some people, some quantum beings are also sometimes helpful at warning you against certain things. And you have to know who is who, which is which, and trust your gut. I always say, trust your instinct to know um, which information to listen to. And that's as best as you can do if you are, if you feel like you're in contact with quantum beings, or if you feel as if you are a quantum being. Sometimes you may be unaware that you're asking certain questions to certain people that you wouldn't normally ask. So sometimes you may have to think before you speak and make sure that you're not, asking something that you wouldn't normally ask, that's not, that you could care less about. So just make sure you do that. But it's always our choice and our own free will. For example, um, if you've ever wondered how a lot of people, gained a lot of wealth or blah 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 blah, it's because of quantum beings. If you've ever wondered how people got certain technology, it's from quantum beings. Just the same as Nikola Tesla exclaimed that he got all of his ideas or a lot of his ideas from, some other beings, and these were quantum beings. And quantum beings don't have to be aliens. They can just be people that think a certain way, that have the ability to mentally and spiritually um, peer into different time, into different perspectives. So just keep that in your mind. We literally don't need a time machine, like in a physical form. We don't need that. That's just a metaphor or a symbol for being a quantum person. Okay. Um, a lot of people have been quantum beings for a long time, and some of you guys don't even realize or know that you're quantum beings until you're made aware of it, because you have witnessed a lot of things that allow you to know, especially if you have the knowledge of how quantum physics works, then you will definitely figure out if you're a quantum being or not. And sometimes when you are a quantum being, you can also, take other people with you sometimes. So you have to make sure that, um, you realize this. Anyway, I have to go because, there's early dismissal today. So I'm going to wrap this up and we're going to be out very soon. And I appreciate you guys. And I feel that, wherever you feel you may be at this time, just remember, you're always who you are. You're always in your own perspective, and it's your choice whether you want to see from other people's perspective or not, or if you even want to believe other people or not. And at any given moment, you can go right back to your own reality and mindset. It's not a physical barrier. There's nothing of the sort. Like I said, quantum beings know this, and that's why they never feel as if they're stuck somewhere, or if they never feel like anything can touch them. They always feel invincible in some sort of way, even though a lot of people will try to tell you that you're not invincible. It doesn't matter if you're invincible or not. It's how you think. Okay. So it's how you think and it's what you believe. And beliefs, like I said on my last video, are not permanent and they don't have to be something that you believe for more than 2 seconds if you don't have to. You don't have to believe something for more than 5 minutes. You don't have to believe something more than 1 minute. All you have to do is use that thought that someone created and made into a belief. All you have to do is use that in order to travel to wherever you're trying to get or return to wherever you're trying to go. And this is something that I've also learned. Don't feel as if you're ever stuck somewhere because you're not. And that's what being a quantum being is all about. Being able to go wherever you choose, when you choose, how you choose. And that's how you have to think. So for those of you who watch this video and know exactly what I'm saying, this one is for you. All right, see y'all in the next one. Bye.